What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the host, PlayStation Frustration, bringing you all the latest gaming news. Well, I'm kind of late on this, but E3 has already happened, of course, and I want to talk about the two main conferences, or actually three main conferences: Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and who I thought won, and what I thought of all of them. Nintendo's, I'm not a Nintendo person. I've owned a Wii for a little bit. I don't play Mario. I didn't grow up with Mario. It's stuff I didn't care. But I can give you kind of the fans' opinions on it. But I want to give you Sony and Microsoft's one because I own both a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One. I'm lucky enough to have both. So that's the conferences I want to mainly speak on. And I'm more interested in the technological aspect of both of them, but that wasn't discussed. I got to hear more about Windows 10 on the Xbox One. That's good. But we're here to talk about the games and the conferences as a whole and who I thought won at the end. So, in the beginning of the conference, at the beginning of the Microsoft conference, it opened up immediately. We're going to start with Microsoft. I don't know why. I just pick randomly, flip a coin. Immediately with Halo 5, and I'm going to give my opinions on Halo 5. We got to see Halo 5 open up. I don't know. It looked, they were in the midst of a massive battle, it looked like, with the Covenant. They were engaging also the Covenant, I believe. And they showed Locke's team. And he was leading four characters along with him. I think it was four with him, and he was directing them through. So this time we have squad commands, means probably a little more strategical element to it, but I actually doubt it. It looks like you still like Halo or doing most of the work, and it sucks. They shouldn't. I mean, it didn't look like it belonged, is what I'm trying to say. I do like tactical elements in games, but Halo just didn't look like, it was there for a reason. It looks kind of forced. And they walk through, and you see this kind of linear, more Call of Duty aspect to it. It was linear, and it had a more of a set piece type environment. He was running through, and you see these massive explosions in the background. That's not like when I'm talking about set piece, but it's these moments, these scripted events where he's running through, and boom, this building starts falling apart. That's what I mean by these set piece kind of moments. And, that was but it looked kind of open, like you could choose your own areas, and I think this is just kind of what's more interesting in an E3 kind of aspect. So, I believe that's why that was there. Also, I forget what they moved along to next. Next, I believe, was this one game. It's I can't remember the name. It has this robot dog. It's something I don't know if I would play. Looked interesting, but something I don't know if I would actually get into. So I'm gonna skip that. I don't remember the name. Sucks that I don't. If I can find an image, I'll bring it up. The next game they moved on to, which he began to discuss after that. Xbox One backwards compatibility was announced. That was really cool. And he didn't talk about much more about any features, but Xbox One backwards compatibility, over 100 games launching. If you're a preview member, you already get to see that now. But it was cool. I'm glad that's coming because I don't own an Xbox 360. I have a PS3, PS2, PS4, and Xbox One. I used to have an Xbox 360. I just kind of moved to the PS3 for some reason. Don't even really know why. But it was awesome. It was really cool. And everybody was cheering about that, and I hope it actually works well. After that, a couple of games weren't truly announced. They had the whole indie thing, but what most important was the Rare package. They had these 30 games for $30, which is really cool. Some games looked awesome. I'm not a retro gamer, so I'll probably pick that up to, get some of the old school stuff. I want to pick up a game. It's like this collection of Genesis games. That's not announced at E3, but it's something I wanted to pick up. I should probably get both during that time. Oh, and that's kind of... I'm skipping a lot of things here, but this is the most interesting stuff. Then they had. I'm basically not gonna talk about Nintendo. I'm just gonna let Nintendo go. I don't know. I said it at the beginning, but Nintendo's not my thing, so I'm just gonna title it, differently. And they showed, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider. I need to get to moving along to PS4 pretty soon. Tomb Raider looked alright. And that was basically the most interesting aspects, I believe, of their conference. They showed HoloLens at the end. Was really cool. I'm hoping it's not a gimmick. That was awesome. If you've never seen that demo, you should watch it. It was cool. But that's all I got for there. Let's move on to Sony's conference. Sony opened up. Well, I have kind of a weird cut here. Sony opened up with The Last Guardian. And The Last Guardian looked awesome, but it's a game that has been waited for so long that I think it killed a lot of the hype. They're just like, well, about time. It's not, yes, but just, about time. But what really impressed me, I'm going to go over just the interesting aspects. I talked about Xboxes more, but what really I liked, and I was surprised, I bet they knew that people were depressed when they announced Final Fantasy VII, and it was just like, oh, in HD, and they're like, oh, yay. They know they wanted a remake, and here we are. We got the Final Fantasy VII remake coming up. Boom. That's going to be awesome. I don't know when. It was just announced, and they had kind of like a CGI trailer. No gameplay, nothing. So I think it's going to be a little bit, honestly. But what there that really, I was like, oh, well, they had this one created by the developers of Killzone. Don't remember the name of the game, but it looked cool. It was by it had stuff about, she was fighting dinosaurs, robotic dinosaurs in a post-apocalyptic environment. It looked cool. Looked like Monster Hunter. I guess that's what it looked like. A lot of people are comparing it to that. But it looked awesome, and it's something new. It was a new IP that they got to show off, and they went over their indie games, just like Microsoft. I'm not going to discuss indies, but what really I was like, whoa, that's awesome. Uncharted 4's cinematic, kind of open, awesome gameplay that I was like, wow. It looked open-ended, it did, but it was really cool. They're calling it open linear, I think, right now, which is a dumb name, but it was awesome. It just looked really cool. It was Uncharted. You can't hate Uncharted. It's not possible. Well, I guess it is, but it looked more like the Last of Us style gameplay, where he was using his environment to whenever he was, engaging or fighting his opponents, and just these new kind of looks like gameplay elements that you get to use. It was just awesome. That's all I can get out of it. It was just cool. It was impressive graphically. The render distance was just amazing. If I can get a picture of that, I will show it to you. But, of course, I need to go over my winner. My winner, I think, was Xbox One, just due to its backwards compatibility and some of the stuff they showed off. Halo, I'm a big Halo fan, but Uncharted and the Final Fantasy VII Remake left me, like, amazing. I don't want to discuss that quickly here, but I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Thank you for watching. This is your host, Places Frustration, closing the video. I hope you leave a like, and I hope you agree. I'll talk about this more in the future, but adios.